Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we are going to break ground on another band that we've known about for decades, being SST fans in the 80s. We're going to take a look at the Minutemen and an actual video they made for one of their songs called This Ain't No Picnic, which is a 2-minute song. One thing about this band that you might want to know right up the top is that even though they're called the Minutemen and many of their songs are only a minute or so long, that is not where they got their name. They're actually somewhat political. They make social statements in their songs, and they're really entertaining. On top of that, they were really technically proficient musicians, which is a little unusual this was kind of the punk realm. They're kind of an alternative punk band. A lot of punk rockers didn't like them because the songs, I don't know, just didn't hit them right. It wasn't hardcore enough or something, even though they got pretty hardcore regularly.
Not enough angst, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, there is a lot of angst in some of these, but the thing is, I don't know, it's not just straight ahead, mosh, mosh, mosh all the way. Sometimes they would stop in the middle of the song and start and then do something else. I always found them to be intensely interesting. Anyway, the song that we're looking at, This Ain't No Picnic, is one of the 43, I think, songs on Double Nickels on the Dime, which came out in 1984, in response, actually, to Husker Du's Zen Arcade. They kind of took that record as a challenge, and so they wrote all of these songs, recorded them in 3 days, and it's this double album now that is probably their greatest achievement. Double Nickels on the Dime means exactly 55 miles per hour on whatever Los Angeles freeway this is. That's Mike Watt in the photo, by the way. But I think all the lyrics are down here for all the songs. As you can see, it's yeah, it's kind of an amazing achievement that they did that.
Magnifying glass.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to see for sure. This is a repress, by the way. I was keeping my eyes open. I knew they were probably going to do it. And one of the original plated masters, I think from way back in the 80s, was used for the second album on here, like this side, I think. Anyway, just a lot of interesting info in here. By the way, engineered and produced by Ethan James, otherwise known as Ralph Burns Kellogg from Blue Cheer. So it was at his studio and he produced it and engineered it. We're thinking we might even do a more in-depth episode on the Minutemen in the future, but for today I thought we'd break ground by taking a look at this short video and just seeing them in action.
All right.
was a hell of an explosion, and Well, I guess that's all, sir.
That was Reagan at the end.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, apparently they grabbed a few little movie clips and stuck them in there as well. Working on the edge, losing my self-respect for a man who presides over me. The principles of his creed. Punch in, punch out, 8 hours, 5 days a week. Sweat, pain, and agony. On Friday, I'll get paid. This ain't no picnic. This ain't no picnic. Hey, mister, don't look down on me for what I believe. I got bills and the rent. I should go pitch a tent. But our land isn't free, so I'll work my youth away in the place of a machine. I refuse to be a slave. This ain't no picnic. Yeah, this was written by D. Boone, who was the guitar player. The very sad story regarding the Minutemen is that he passed away in an accident in December of 1985. And at that point, they were really just hitting their stride. But they were a real poet. He was a real poet. Mike Watt also writes some really amazing songs. But the two of them together are like soulmates. You know, they knew each other right after high school, I think is pretty much when they met. They went to the same high school, but they didn't really go in the same circles, so didn't know each other till later. Two guys that were really into the music, you know, and said, we got to have this band. And you can hear it in what they did.
So, discontentment with one's job and career and life, perhaps? It's a very common sentiment, I think.
Yeah, I think it's particularly the system that is set up for us. To be brain dead in, I think is kind of the idea.
Yeah, working for somebody you don't like, doing menial work so that you'll get a pay, because it's the only way to get a paycheck and live.
Yeah, of course, unless
you have a college degree that says you can do something else that's more, I don't know, fun, interesting, or
whatever. I'll tell you a little secret. Even if you have a college degree, you can run into the same exact issues. It really has more to do with, you know, your freedom. Anyway, it's just a little snippet of the band. What did you think in general of the band's abilities, sound, any of that?
Well, the abilities of the sound. I thought the sound was refreshing. It did kind of remind me. I've got only one record of the Minutemen. It's all I know is Project Mersh. Mm-hmm. You know, I think that's a pretty good record too. And it this song kind of reminded me of a lot of songs on that. Yeah, they have a particular vibe to the song, especially the guitar, you know, and you know, it's just you know, it's got some kind of particular vibe that I like. I don't know how to describe it really.
Yeah. Well, we should definitely dive in a little deeper. A lot of their songs are short and they have a message. You know, there's something in there, and yeah, they can be very satisfying. Anyway. I thought it'd be an interesting thing to bring here. All right, so folks, why don't you let us know what your experience is with the Minutemen, whether or not you used to love the SST label. But let us know your experiences if you ever went to any shows, anything like that. And if you have any suggestions for us, leave those below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed our presentation, please subscribe. All right, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next one. All right, take care, folks.
See you all later.